Democrats are on fire in California when it comes to returning their ballot in the special election that will allow California to redraw its congressional districts to counter Republican gerrymandering. So, above, I have all the data when it comes to who is returning their ballot in this special election. So, 13% of the total ballots mailed out so far have been returned. In the section below, you can see how many Democrats have been mailed ballots, how many Republicans have been mailed ballots, and both have returned 15%. So you might be asking, why do I think Democrats are on fire? Well, with everything when it comes to elections, it's all a game of comparison. So we have to compare how are Democrats doing in this election compared to previous elections. And so let me show you what that looks like here. So this is the return rate over time. And you can see here right now, if you go to the upper right of this chart, 51% of the total return ballots so far are from Democrats, and 28% of the return ballots so far are from Republicans. And I can take this data and compare it to the same date in the 2024 election. At the same point in the 2024 election, Democrats accounted for 49% of all ballots returned, and Republicans accounted for 30% of all ballots returned. So that's about a 5 point swing in total when it comes to the overall return rate. And the Democrats are now making up a majority, 51% of all ballots returned, which means they are returning ballots faster in this election than they did in 2024. And what's crazy about all of this is that at this point in 2024, 14% of all ballots have been returned, while today 13% of ballots have been returned, which means that people are voting at a general election pace so far, which is crazy, right? So we don't expect special election turnout to come anywhere near to general election turnout, but so far, people are returning their ballot at the same pace as they pretty much did in 2024 and 2025. And as I bring back the 2025 data, I would just like to point out the pattern we always see is that younger people suck at returning mail in ballots quickly. So you can see the second area down here to my left, 65 plus have returned 26% of their ballots. People 18 to 34 have only returned 5% of their ballots. So when it comes to voting by mail, what Democrats need to know is they need to return their ballots as fast as possible because campaigns are going to spend a lot of money reaching out to people that have not returned their ballot to encourage them to do so. So if you're holding on to your ballot in New Jersey, in Virginia, in California, you are costing the campaign money because they are going to spend resources to try to reach you. And so return your ballot as fast as possible so the campaign can focus on people who are less likely to return their ballot and get them turned out to vote.